This is the London Visited podcast on your favourite podcast provider, bringing to you the facts, history and information about different parts of this great capital. If you have been to London, are planning on visiting, live here or just love London from afar, then this is the podcast for you.
Hi there, I'm Steve and welcome to our podcast. We're here for all things London and to tell you more behind some of the iconic places and people in London's history. In this episode, we go to the Olympic Park in London. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, London Visited, to see videos covering this place and so many others across London. And now, to this week's podcast. The Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park in London is a sporting complex in Stratford. It was built for the 2012 Summer Olympics and Paralympics, situated to the east of the city, next to the Stratford City development. It contains the Athletes' Olympic Village and several of the sporting venues, including the London Stadium, the London Aquatics Centre, besides the London Olympics Media Centre. The park is overlooked by the Orbit, an observation tower and Britain's largest piece of public art. It was simply called the Olympic Park during the Games, but it was later renamed to commemorate the Diamond Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, though it is not an official Royal Park of London. The park occupies an area straddling 4 East London boroughs: Newham, Tower Hamlets, Hackney and Waltham Forest. Part of the park reopened in July 2013, while a large majority of the rest, including the Aquatic Centre, Velo Park and Orbit Observation Tower, reopened in April 2014. The site covers parts of Stratford, Bow, Leighton and Hackney Wick in East London, overlooking the A12 road. The site was previously a mixture of greenfield and brownfield land, including parts of Hackney Marshes. The Royal Mail gave the park and Stratford City the postcode E20, which had previously only appeared in the TV soap opera EastEnders for the fictional suburb of Walford. On the 2nd of August 2011, it was announced that the 5 neighbourhoods of housing and amenities anti-clockwise from north-east are Cobham Manor in the London Borough of Newham, East Wick in the London Borough of Hackney, Sweetwater in the London Borough of Tower Hamlets, Pudding Mill in the London Borough of Newham, Marshgate Wharf in the London Borough of Newham. These names have relevant history in the area. All 4 of the East London boroughs covering the park, as such, have a neighbourhood except for Waltham Forest. London's Olympic and Paralympic bid proposed that there will be 4 indoor arenas in the park, in addition to the main venues, but the revised master plan published in 2006 reduced this to 3, with the volleyball events moved to the Earls Court Exhibition Centre. The fencing arena was also cancelled, with the fencing events taking place at the Excel Centre, London. The remaining indoor arenas were the basketball arena and the Copper Box, in addition to the water polo arena, the Aquatic Centre and the Velo Park. The final design of the park was approved by the Olympic Delivery Authority and its Planning Decisions Committee. The Legacy List is an independent charity for the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park, set up in 2011 to support the legacy of the Games. Their mission is to make creative connections between people and the park by developing, commissioning and supporting high-quality art, education and skill-building initiatives to engage, educate and inspire current and future generations. To enable the construction of the park, 52 electricity pylons up to 65 metres high that dominated the landscape in and around the park were removed and power transferred through a new lower Lee Valley cable tunnels constructed for the purpose. Following site clearance, the soil across the park site was cleaned down to a human health layer by soil washing. When the park was opened, it was commentated that there was a frenzy of wacky light fittings, a playground installations of seats, tree species, sculptural lumps of granite, kiosks, railings and a coloured surfaces. It suffers from an Olympic syndrome, where everyone wanted to be a Mo or a Jessica and make their mark. Although the sporting venues in the park were reduced in scale after the conclusion of London 2012, part of the legacy is to ensure the continued use of those facilities are permanent, as local and community resources and for major international sporting events that make use of the world-class facilities constructed for the Olympics and Paralympics. The stadium hosted the London Grand Prix athletics event starting in 2013, the 3rd stage of the 2014 Tour de France between Cambridge and the Mall in London passed through the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park. In September 2014, the first Invictus Games was held in the park. In 2010, a bid was submitted to use the stadium as the venue for the 2015 World Athletics Championships. Due to the then uncertainty over the future use of the stadium, the bid was withdrawn, with instead a subsequent bid for the 2017 World Championships submitted. The success of this bid was announced on the 13th of November 2011. The men's and women's 2015 European Hockey Championships took place at the revamped Lee Valley Hockey Centre. London was announced as the only formal bidder for the 2017 World Paralympic Championships in October 2012. In December 2012, the International Tennis Federation announced that Lee Valley Hockey and Tennis Centre would host the NEC Wheelchair Tennis Masters between 2014 and 2016. London won the right to hold both the UCI Track World Cycling Championships and the LEN European Aquatics Championships in 2016, which would be held at the Velodrome and the Aquatics Centre respectively. In addition to the use of venues for international events, some of them are intended for use on a regular basis by amateur and professional sports teams in various sports. On the 11th of February 2011, West Ham United was selected as preferred bidders ahead of Tottenham to take over the Olympic Stadium as a football venue after the end of the Games. However, 5 days later, Leyton Orient chairman Barry Hearn announced that he would be challenging the decision to allow West Ham to relocate to the stadium, as he believed that having West Ham playing within 1 mile of their Brisbane Road stadium could cost Orient support and even their existence. Incidentally, Hearn had expressed interest some years earlier into moving Orient into the Olympic Park and reducing its capacity to 25,000 seats. While West Ham would cut the capacity to 60,000 if their relocation went ahead, Tottenham also pursued legal action over the decision, and eventually the deal with West Ham collapsed due to the legal pressure. West Ham did go on to win the later tenancy bid and began using the stadium from the start of the 2016-17 football season as the main tenant. The Copper Box was the only permanent indoor arena remaining after the end of London 2012. Built primarily for use in handball and goalball competitions, it was converted to a multi-use venue that will include use for basketball. As a result of the owner's Prestige Homes Arena in Milton Keynes terminating their lease, the London Lions Basketball Club, after a season at the National Sports Centre in Selhurst, relocated to the Copper Box, which is where they are now. The Lee Valley Hockey Centre was born from a revamp of the Olympic Legacy Hockey Facility. The facility is the current ground of Wapping Hockey Club. The centre consists of 2 state-of-the-art hockey pitches and is operated by the Lee Valley Regional Park Authority. In January 2013, music concert promoter Live Nation won the right to stage shows at the stadium and in the surrounding park. The park hosted music events in July 2013, but the stadium was not used. The former site of Riverbank Arena was to stage the Hard Rock Calling, Wireless and Electric Daisy Carnival festivals. The stadium has since hosted various concerts, including Guns N' Roses, AC/DC and Robbie Williams. Stratford Station, which is the nearest station to the Olympic Park, has many connections, not only on the underground but also the overground as well. Plus, a bus station was built which covers most of East London and into the City of London. So, I hope you've enjoyed our look at what happened to the Olympic Park following the Olympics of 2012. If you'd like to make contact with us or suggest any places you'd like us to feature in future podcasts, you can let me know through our website, www.londonvisited.co.uk. It's really that easy. Thanks for listening. Really hope you enjoyed our podcast, and we'll see you soon on the next one. Bye!
Thanks for listening, and please don't forget to subscribe to get more shows direct to your device. Also, why not visit our London Visited YouTube channel to get even more of London. Catch you soon on the next one.